What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today is September 22nd, 2025, and I made around $1,260 trading the NASDAQ. As you can see, it was a pretty basic continuation model, and this was done all live in my Discord. If you want access to that, link in the description. It's free. Go to it. But let's get into the trade recap. So, going into the day, as you can see, if we go back to the replay mode, there is this clear hourly gap right here that I wanted to get tapped. And the reason why I wanted to get this to get tapped, because it was the only hourly gap / 4-hour gap that was even accessible to the market in its place, which was right here. With that being said, I wanted shorts because of how market was Asian session and then London session. We were dumping pretty heavily. So I wanted shorts. What I wanted to see was, I wanted us to continue higher, tap this 1 hour fair value gap, right? Sweep out this buy side liquidity and then continue lower, sweeping out this up and coming 15-minute internal low and then London lows. Well, what happened when market opened was not that. It did not happen. So market opens right here. And as soon as market opens, we just immediately rip up higher, taking out this hourly gap. And at this point, when price did this, I was like, okay, I don't know if shorts are going to play out because of how strong we just ripped right through the single hourly bearish gap that there was. And I was thinking, okay, maybe we might be able to get a continuation trade, or if we get a disrespect of a bullish gap, we could still look for shorts. And that was what I was waiting for. I was waiting for us to either disrespect a bullish gap so that we could take a short down to this 15-minute internal low, this accumulation zone right here, and then maybe this London lows as like a final TP. So with that being said, we go down to the 1 minute. I'm looking for, again, this 5-minute gap that happened right here to get disrespected. And it never happened. As soon as we tap this 5-minute gap, we get a huge displacement candle out of this. And as I was thinking right there, I was like, okay, we are not going short. We tapped this 5-minute gap, this 5-minute bullish gap, and we are respecting this gap. So my next instinct is to see, what are we targeting? We had this high right here. London highs was in this kind of buy side liquidity right here, so I wasn't really focused on that. But we had this high right here, we had Asian highs right here, and then we had all-time highs right here. So my thoughts were, okay, Asian highs might be the clear draw because of how strong we just ripped through the bearish hourly gap, and then tapped into this 5-minute bullish gap and respected it. So all I waited for was for an inverse of this 1-minute gap right here, which happened right here. I had my entry, my stops at this low, my take profit at Asian highs, and the rest is history. My original break even was going to be right here after this candle, but honestly, I just moved it to this high right here because at that break even, it wasn't a 1-to-1. It was a 1 to 0.8, and I wasn't really fucking with it, so I kind of just kept my position open. But as soon as this candle went past that break even point, I moved stops to break even. I didn't wait for a solid candle closure because at the time ES was lagging pretty heavily. As you can see, there's a huge SMT with all-time highs currently, but in my trade there was an SMT with Asian highs, and I wasn't really willing to keep my position open if we just tapped this break even point or this high right here and then we reversed, and then I didn't have my stops at break even and I got destroyed. So when we just tapped into it, moved stops to break even, right? And then a few candles later, we chopped, bang, full TP. And then we came back down, tapped into a 5-minute gap, and then we went and pushed back even higher. I could have had, a position that went to all-time highs, but a 1 to 1 almost 1 to 1.4, I'll take it. Really, really easy continuation trade. If price is moving higher, all I'm looking for is just a retrace into that gap, into the clearest, most visible gap, which is the 5-minute gap. There's nothing on the 15. There was a 15-minute gap lower, but like with price reacting how it was and just pushing up higher, there's no way we're coming back down after such an explosive market open. First 5-minute gap, Completed displaces out of that 5-minute gap. Go down to the 1 minute or to see the clearest inverse for value gap. There's nothing on the 5-minute, nothing on the 4-minute, nothing on the 3-minute, nothing on the 2-minute, 1 minute. Clear IFVG, inverse it, stops at the low, Asian highs, bang. Pretty simple trade. Great way to start the Monday. With news coming out tomorrow, flash PMI and Fed Chair Powell, I will be very restrictive on me taking a trade because just Powell being active could like skew the market crazy. So I'm honestly really just gonna, with this win today, I might just stick out tomorrow and not take a trade, but I will be going live in the Discord. It is free. If you want to pop out in there, it's gonna be in the description as well. All my socials are down there as well. And if you want 15% off on a funded on alpha accounts, it's also down there as well. But besides that, decent day today, really quick, really easy, fundamental trading. But I love and appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.